Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear cadets, I welcome you all. It's a very critical moment to you where the COVID-19 has dispersed everywhere in our country and also all over the world. So be safe and sound and stay your home and don't go anywhere. However excellent you are, I am Muhammad Ashikur Rahman, lecturer in chemistry at Borishal Cadet College. Today, I am going to start my lesson on chapter 2, which is organic chemistry. Today, you will be taught the concept of spatial naming reaction. By the end of this lesson, cadets, you will be able to explain Saizef rule, Markovnikov rule, Woods reaction, Woods fatigue reaction, and Friedel-Crafts reaction, and you will be able to explain also decarboxylation reaction, Rosenmund reaction, that means Rosenmund reduction, aldol condensation reaction, Cannizzaro reaction, and Hallerform reaction. And finally, carbylamine test and Hofmann's degradation reaction. Okay, first of all, move on the reaction that is Woods reaction. When alkyl halide is reacts with metallic sodium in presence of dry ether, alkane is produced as a main product, which is known as Woods reaction. Here, symmetrical alkane is produced. Asymmetrical alkane cannot be produced in this reaction. As for example, when methyl chloride, 2 moles of methyl chloride reacts with metallic sodium in presence of dry ether, then ethane is produced as symmetrical alkane. Here, ethane is the symmetrical alkane because here it is possible to divide into 2 equal parts because it contains 2 carbon atoms. And here also sodium chloride is produced as a side product. In another example, when 2 moles of ethyl chloride reacts with metallic sodium in presence of dry ether, then butane is produced as a symmetrical alkane. That means butane and sodium chloride is produced in this case. Now, the Woods fatigue reaction. Here, aryl halide and alkyl halide reacts with metallic sodium in presence of dry ether and produced alkyl benzene and sodium halide. As for example, when chlorobenzene and methyl chloride reacts with metallic sodium in presence of dry ether, then methyl benzene is produced, and the commercial name of methyl benzene is toluene. Now the Friedel-Crafts reaction. This reaction consists of 2 parts. That means alkylation and acylation reaction. First of all, we have to move alkylation reaction. It may be defined as when benzene reacts with alkyl halide in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, then alkyl benzene is produced. As for example, when benzene reacts with methyl bromide in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, then toluene is produced. Now, the acylation reaction. It may be defined as when benzene reacts with acyl halide in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, then acyl benzene or aromatic ketone is produced in this case. As for example, when benzene reacts with acetyl chloride or ethanoyl chloride in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, then acetophenone is produced as the main product. Now, the Rosenman reduction. When acid halide reacts with hydrogen in presence of palladium or and barium sulfate as a catalyst poison, then aldehyde is produced. This reaction is known as Rosenman reduction. As for example, when this aromatic acid halide reacts with hydrogen in presence of palladium and barium sulfate as a catalyst poison, then benzaldehyde is produced as a main product. Now, the decarboxylation reduction, that means decarboxylation reaction. It will be decarboxylation reaction. D means to remove, and carboxylation means a reaction from which carbon dioxide is removed from any compound. It may be defined as when sodium salt of fatty acid, sodium salt or potassium salt of fatty acid reacts with soda lime in presence of heat, then carbon dioxide is removed from salt of fatty acid and alkane is produced as a main product. As for example, when sodium benzoate reacts with sodium hydroxide in presence of soda lime, then carbon dioxide is eliminated from sodium benzoate and benzene is produced as a main product by decarboxylation reaction. Now, the Set-Zep or Sizef rules. It may be defined as when secondary alkyl halide which contain alpha and beta carbon reacts with alcoholic sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, then here two types of reaction can be happen. Here hydrogen halide, that means in this case hydrogen chloride will be removed from this reactant and we will get two types of reaction. Here hydrogen, here chlorine is removed from alpha carbon and hydrogen is removed from the beta carbon, and from the two types of product, when the beta hydrogen atom which contains the left carbon, that means the carbon which contain less number of hydrogen atom, from where hydrogen is eliminated, then this compound is produced. And if hydrogen is eliminated from a beta carbon where maximum number of hydrogen is present, then we will get this type of product. Here you follow that the first one, that means the first compound contain two alkyl group is present here, and the last one, that means this compound contains only one alkyl group is present here. And we know when maximum number of alkyl group is present in any compound, this compound show the maximum stability. That's why the first compound in this case is more stable compound. That's why it will be produced as major percentage. That's why, because this compound contains two alkyl group, so it is more stable, and the second one contains one alkyl group. That means the first compound will be produced as 80% as a major product, and the second one will be produced as 20% as minor product. Now the Markovnikov rule. It may be defined as when an asymmetrical alkene, asymmetrical means those compounds cannot be divided into two equal parts. Here you see that this compound contains 3 carbon atoms. That's why it cannot be divided into two equal parts. That's why this alkene is called asymmetrical alkene. So when any asymmetrical alkene reacts with asymmetrical reagent, then two types of reaction is occurred here. When bromine is bonded with the second carbon, then this type of compound is produced here. And when bromine is bonded to the first carbon, then we get the following compound. And here you see that the first compound contains the two alkyl group. That's why it will be more stable than the other one, because the second compound contains only one alkyl group. That's why the first compound, that means 2-bromopropane, will be produced as major percentage. That means 90%, and the second one, that means propyl bromide, 1-propyl bromide, it will be produced at only 10% as minor product. Now the aldol condensation reaction. First of all, you have to consider that which compound undergoes this type of reaction. Alpha hydrogen containing carbonyl compound gives this type of reaction. I again say, alpha containing carbonyl compound undergoes this type of reaction. Now follow this compound. This is aldehyde compound and the UPAC name is methanol. This compound contains no alpha carbon. That's why alpha hydrogen is not present in this compound. That's why this compound doesn't give aldol condensation reaction. Now the next example. Here follow the structure. This is the another aldehyde compound. Here you see that here one alpha carbon is present here, which contain 3 hydrogen atom. Here this carbon is the alpha carbon which contain 3 alpha hydrogen. That means this compound undergoes aldol condensation reaction. Now the next one, follow the structure. Here you see the alpha carbon contains 3 alkyl group and no hydrogen atom is present in this case. That means the alpha carbon contains no hydrogen atom. That's why alpha hydrogen is not present in this compound. That's why trimethyl acetaldehyde didn't give aldol condensation reaction. Now the next one, here you see that this is the alpha carbon and this is the beta carbon, and you see the alpha carbon contains 2 hydrogen atom. That means here this compound contain 2 alpha hydrogen atom. So this compound will give aldol condensation reaction. Now the next one, this you have to follow that this is the structure of benzaldehyde. Here this is the alpha carbon here, and the alpha carbon contain no alpha hydrogen, no hydrogen atom. That means this compound contains no alpha hydrogen. That's why this compound, that means this aldehyde compound, they don't give aldol condensation reaction. Okay, now the aldol condensation reaction may be written as, this is the structure of ethanol, and this compound contains alpha hydrogen here, because here is the alpha carbon which contains 3 alpha hydrogen here. So this compound undergoes aldol condensation reaction. So here when 2 molecules or 2 moles of ethanol reacts with each other, then we give the following product. Here you see that, before you see that, the electronegativity difference between carbon and oxygen, here oxygen have the more electronegativity than carbon atom. That's why the pi electron moves towards the oxygen atom. That's why oxygen carry a negative charge and carbon carry a positively charge. That's why we can get here the proton ion must be joined to the negative oxygen atom, and the positives and the negative part of the remaining compound will be added to the positive carbon atom, and we will get the following product. And this product is considered as the aldol compound. Now the Cannizzaro reaction. The Cannizzaro reaction is the opposite of aldol condensation reaction. That's why carbonyl compound containing no alpha hydrogen, such type of carbonyl compound which contains no alpha hydrogen atom, gives Cannizzaro reaction. So first of all, we have to consider the following compound. This is the structure of methanol or formaldehyde, and you see that here no alpha hydrogen is present here. That's why this compound will give Cannizzaro reaction. Now the next one, this is the structure of ethanol or acetaldehyde, and here you see that the alpha hydrogen is present here in this case. That's why this compound didn't give Cannizzaro reaction. Now the next one, here you see that this compound contain no alpha hydrogen atom. That's why this compound will give Cannizzaro reaction. Now the next one, here you follow the alpha carbon contains two hydrogen atom. That's why here this compound contain alpha hydrogen is present here. So this compound didn't give Cannizzaro reaction. Here you see the next one, next example, which is benzaldehyde. Here the alpha carbon contain no hydrogen atom. That's why this compound will give Cannizzaro reaction. Then the next example, so we can write the following reaction for Cannizzaro reaction when two molecule or 2 moles of formaldehyde reacts with each other in presence of a dilute base as 50% concentration. One molecule of aldehyde is oxidized to fatty acid salt compound, and the another one is reduced to methanol compound. Now the haloform reaction. Which compound undergoes haloform reaction? Here all carbonyl compound containing methyl carbonyl radical methyl carbonyl group undergoes haloform reaction. That's why any carbonyl compound which contain methyl carbonyl group obviously will give the haloform reaction. Here you see that this compound contain no methyl carbonyl group. That's why this compound didn't give haloform reaction. And the next one, you see that this compound contain methyl carbonyl group. Here you see that CH3CO. That means this compound contain methyl carbonyl group. That's why this compound will give haloform reaction. Here you see that the next one, this compound contain no methyl carbonyl group. That's why this compound didn't give haloform reaction. Here the next one also didn't give haloform reaction, and the next one, this is the aromatic aldehyde which contain no methyl carbonyl group. That's why it also didn't give haloform reaction. But guess, is this compound give haloform reaction? Here you see that this compound contains CH3CO group. That means methyl carbonyl group is present here in this compound, but this compound didn't give haloform reaction because this compound is not carbonyl compound. This is the amide compound because it contains CONH2 group. That's why this compound didn't give haloform reaction, although it contains methyl carbonyl group here. Because the first condition is that the compound must be as carbonyl compound. Here this is not the carbonyl compound, this is the amide compound. That's why this compound didn't give haloform reaction. Now guess that this compound will give haloform reaction. Yes, this compound will give haloform reaction because this is the carbonyl compound first, and it contains methyl carbonyl group here. Here the next one. Here the next one. You see that this is the structure of ethanol chloride, and it contains CH3CO group, but this compound is not a carbonyl compound. This is the acid chloride or acid halide compound. That's why this compound did not give halloform reaction, although it contains methyl carbonyl compound, because the first condition is that the compound will be carbonyl compound first. So the next one, this is the compound of acetic acid, and this compound contains CH3CO group, but this compound also is not considered as carbonyl compound. This is the fatty acid compound. That's why this compound, they don't give halloform reaction. Now the second condition, some alcohol which containing CH3CO group during chemical reaction undergoes halloform reaction. As for example, this is the formula of methanol, and this compound contain no CH3CO group. There is no possibility to contain here. That's why this compound didn't give halloform reaction. But follow this compound. This compound, when it is oxidized, then it will be converted as ethanol. That's why this compound undergoes halloform reaction. Now the next one, this compound didn't give halloform reaction because it cannot produce CH3CO group during chemical reaction. Now the next one, here you see that where this compound also didn't give halloform reactions because it cannot be created methyl carbonyl group during chemical reaction. Now follow the next example here. When this compound is oxidized, then propanone will be produced here, which contain methyl carbonyl group here. That's why this compound will give halloform reaction. Okay, the next one, this compound will give halloform reaction or not? This compound didn't give halloform reaction because this compound is not carbonyl or alcoholic compound. This is the amide compound. That's why this compound didn't give halloform reaction. Now the next one, then another example of halloform reaction. Here, as ethanol will give halloform reaction, this compound will give halloform reactions as when ethanol is react with iodine in presence of aqueous strong base, then first of all halloform, that means here iodoform is produced here, and as a major product and as a side product sodium formate, sodium iodide and water is produced. Now the chloroform or carbylamine test. In this test, by this test, we have to identify chloroform or carbylamine or primary amine can be identified by this test. This test maybe includes when aniline reacts with chloroform in presence of alcoholic strong base, then carbylamine or phenyl isocyanide is produced, which contains a bad odor, and by this odor and phenyl isocyanide contains a bad smell, and by this smell we can have to identify primary amine aniline or chloroform by this test. Now the Sandemeyer test. The Sandemeyer test may be defined as when benzene diazonium chloride reacts with cuprous chloride and HCl, then at 100 degrees Celsius temperature, then chlorobenzene is produced as a major product. This is the next one, we have to produce aniline from chlorobenzene. We have to prepare aniline from chlorobenzene by this type of reaction. When chlorobenzene is reacts with ammonia in presence of cuprous oxide, then at 200 degrees Celsius temperature, then aniline is produced as major product. Now the Williamson ether synthesis reaction. In this reaction, ether can be synthesized in laboratory synthesis. Here, first of all, alcohol is reacts with sodium, and sodium alkoxide is produced. And then when sodium alkoxide reacts with alkyl halide, then ether is produced. This reaction is known as Williamson ether synthesis reaction. As for example, when sodium methoxide is reacts with methyl iodide, then dimethyl ether is produced by using Williamson ether synthesis reaction. Now the Hofmann's degradation reaction. By this reaction, we have to eliminate carbon atoms from any organic compounds and can be produced lowest number of and can be produced a compound which contains lowest number of carbon atom than reactants. Here, when amide, that means when amide compound reacts with bromine or a base or a strong base, then CO is eliminated from this reactant and amine is produced. Here you see that carbon atom is eliminated from this reactant and produce a compound which contains lowest number of carbon atom. This reaction is known as Hofmann degradation reaction. As for example, when benzamide reacts with bromine in presence of strong base, then CO group is eliminated from benzamide and aniline is produced as major product. Now you see a chart, and by this chart you can prepare all organic compounds from alkyl halide. Here the alkyl halide, that means the ethyl chloride, is a mother compound from which we can produce any type of organic compounds. First of all, if we want ethanol, then first of all, ethyl chloride is treated with aqueous potassium hydroxide. Then the hydroxyl group replace the chlorine group from ethyl chloride, and then ethanol will be produced. If ethanol is treated with potassium permanganate solution in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, then the ethanol will be oxidized to ethanol compound. And if we again treat in the same process, then the ethanol will be oxidized to ethanoic acid. And when we apply the decarboxylation reaction to ethanoic acid, we can produce methane by decarboxylation process. Okay, boys, now if we have to prepare ethene, then just treat alcoholic potassium hydroxide with ethyl chloride. Here hydrogen chloride is eliminated from ethyl chloride and we can produce ethene compound. And if we have to want to produce ethane, then just use hydrogen to ethene compound in presence of nickel with 150 degrees Celsius to 200 degrees Celsius temperature. Then we can get ethane molecule here. And when we have to prepare directly ethanoic acid to ethanol, then just use lithium aluminum hydride with ethanoic acid, then ethanoic acid can be reduced to ethanol compound. And if you use lithium aluminum hydride with ethanol, then ethanol will be produced by the same way. That means when ethanol is reduced, then ethanol will be produced. And when ethanol reacts with phosphorus pentachloride, then by the stepwise reaction, ethyl chloride will be produced. Okay, boys. When if we want to produce ethene from ethane, then ethane is treated with copper in presence of at 300 degrees Celsius. Then hydrogen is eliminated from ethane and to produce ethene compound. Okay, boys. Now, if we want to produce ethyne compound from ethene compound, then just use copper at 300 degrees Celsius temperature. Then hydrogen is removed from ethene compound and you will get ethyne compound. Now, if you want benzene, if you want to produce benzene or prepare benzene from ethine, then just ethine is passed through a red hot iron tube at 400 degrees Celsius temperature and it will automatically convert it to benzene. And if you want to produce ethene from ethanol directly, just use concentrated sulfuric acid at 165 degrees Celsius to 170 degrees Celsius temperature. And by this reaction, water is eliminated from ethanol and ethane is produced. But an interesting matter is that when the temperature is applied 140 degrees Celsius temperature, then water didn't eliminate from ethanol. In this case, ethanol rearranged with each other and produce etheric compound. That means in this case, when ethanol is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid in presence of 140 degrees Celsius temperature, then dimethyl ether is produced. Okay, boys. Now, findings of this lesson. We have get from this lecture, ethanol undergoes aldol condensation reaction, methanol undergoes Cannizzaro reaction, propanone undergoes Hallerform reaction, amide undergoes Hofmann's degradation. Now the home task for you, observe here a creative question is here. Here you observe two compounds. The first one is methanol and the second one is ethanol compound. By using this stem, you have to solve the following question. Here, first of all, the question is the definition of aldol, and then the second one is why ethanol gives Hallerform reaction, and next one is compound A gives Cannizzaro reaction, but compound B doesn't give. Explain it. And the final question is the why compound B gives aldol condensation, but compound A doesn't. Analyze it. Okay, boys. No more today. I'd like to conclude here. Be safe and sound and stay your home. Don't go anywhere from your home. However excellent are. Okay, boys. Thank you and thank you all.